Hi, your computer friend Connie here. I am live to you from my computer. So if you can see me, give me a wave or a thumbs up or let me know how you're doing tonight. I just wanted to introduce you to Tech Tip Thursday. And Tech Tip Thursday is a new weekly episode that I want to have for us on this page for Mission Computers Facebook page. So every Thursday, I'm going to give you a different tech tip. And I get inspired by my clients. I've been teaching computers now for almost 30 years. And so I've got lots of great ideas that questions that people ask me. And I definitely love getting the questions and then sharing that question with other people so that I can help give more people the answer. So that's kind of what today was inspired by. I thought, well, you know what? I got this question this week on this Excel question. And this guy is like, well, why is this happening? I'd really like it to stop on my Excel spreadsheets. And he said, can you fix this? And so I helped him through that. And I thought, you know what? I'm going to share it with you guys too so that everybody can benefit from this. So my name's Connie. I'm with Mission Computers. I call myself your computer friend Connie because I want you to know I am your friend as far as computers and technology is concerned. And I welcome you to jump into my Facebook group called Just a Click Away to Save Hours in Your Day so you can ask me your questions or even on this Mission Computers page and ask me questions. So if you have a question right now about Excel, put it in the chat. I may not see it as I'm recording this, but I'll be sure to follow up with you afterwards. And if you're in the replay, then, be sure to add stuff. I'll be watching that chat and make sure I respond. So my mission is to help ease you through the tech. Most people find that, or most people have to learn technology or computers, on their own. They get thrown into a job or a certain position at work and given all this new technology, and it's like kind of expected to know it. So they learn and they learn along the way. And I just want to help with that learning. You of course can take any full training programs you want with me, or you can at least take part in these little training sessions so that you can catch little tidbits here and there, right? So I want to help with, in this session, this is kind of about getting rid of that embarrassment of, why is that showing up on my spreadsheet? I hate these little errors showing up. Why is it doing this? Why is it happening to me? So we're gonna take care of that for you today. So if you use Excel, maybe put in the chat if you've ever had an error pop up on your end. Maybe you've had something happen in Excel that you're like, I don't know why it's happening to me on my spreadsheet. Give me a little chat there so I know if there's other people that have the same situation happening. So I'm looking at helping you with this error prevention, and I want to make sure that you always have the best spreadsheet possible, and that you also can anticipate when these errors are going to happen. And I'll show you what I mean by that. So this is just a quick little intro for you, and I'm going to get right into the spreadsheet. So just give me a second. We're going to switch over to a spreadsheet here. So in this example, what's happening is because we have a couple of columns of numbers, and then we have a formula in the fourth column, in column D there, the formula is saying, hey, take the number in column B and then divide the number in column C by that number. So we're doing some dividing. And when there's a zero in the equation somewhere, that doesn't make any sense. It can't divide that. So what happens is it gives you a division error. And that's what you're seeing here in my example. So this is just an example I thought I'd throw together, kind of similar to what someone was asking me about. And so it's just showing you that day by day I'm keeping track of some numbers, and then I want to kind of know what the actual equation is. So the equation really is I'm looking at what is B10 divided by C10. Right? So when I have numbers in there, it works perfectly. I get some nice little numbers over here. But when there's a zero, I get this divide error. And then the other annoying thing, so this is just annoying, this isn't really an error, but it looks bad, right? You have a spreadsheet, you're trying to put all your dates in place so that you have the whole month carried forward. But when you have blanks, those are seen as zeros. So you have all these errors showing up. Like, why is that happening to you, right? So it's just because these are seen as zeros. And so the equation is still there. If I click on this, look at my formula bar up top here. It's still saying B24 divided by C24. So it still knows what to do, but there's no numbers there. And no numbers by Excel is seen as zeros. So let's look at how to fix that. Hey, if you're interested in this, if anybody's ever had this happen in their spreadsheet, please put in the chat that this is happening. You've seen it before and you want to get rid of it once and for all, because this is what we're going to do. We're going to get rid of this particular problem in our spreadsheet once and for all. So if you follow my little formula that I'm going to give you, which is part of Excel, it's part of Google Sheets too. So if any of you use Google, then you can use it here there as well. And then that way this will never happen, no matter what happens in your formulas, even if you have a zero somewhere, if you have blanks. So what we're going to do is I'm going to just show you with this first example how we can make it work. So it says divide error. So what we're going to do is we're actually going to go up to the formula bar at the top here. And then after the equal sign, we're going to use a function. And the function that we're going to use is called if error. And so what that function's meant to do is it's meant to say, hey, if there's an error with what my formula is giving me, then I don't want to see that error message. Can you just show me a 0 instead? In this case, a divide error, right? So we're going to say if error, just typing that in, and then I just put a bracket around the formula. So I didn't change my formula, right? The formula is still there. I just put if error in front of it. So I still want the same formula. And then if that formula has an error, like this divide error happening, then I want to just put a comma and then put a 0. And that way in the total, or sorry, in the equation line, in column D, it's going to show that 0. If you don't want a 0, then you can use 2 double quotes, and I can do an example of that right after. So if error, and then I get a 0. So see how it's dealt with that? So now it's showing if error B7 divided by C7. So if there's an error with that equation, then just give me a 0. I don't want to see the error. Okay? Sound easy? Yeah. So we're going to now take the same equation and I'm going to just copy it. And I'm just going to go down here and let's just make sure it works down here. Yep. Totally works, right? So let's just copy it all the way down. Beautiful. So I mean, really, that I don't really want you to correct errors one at a time like this. What I'd rather you do is if you have a column set up like this where you're dividing something, oh, see, I've missed one, where you're dividing something and you suspect that sometimes you might get a 0 there, sometimes you might have blanks, then what your equation should be at the very top is that if error. So that equation should be at the very top of your spreadsheet. So let's just do that. Let's just copy this equation to the top. And I just want the formula, I don't want the yellow. So if you want to look at that formula bar with me, it says if error B2 divided by C2, otherwise give me a 0. So only, so it's going to still try and do the equation, but if it doesn't get the equation, it's going to give you a 0 instead. So see, it still did the math. It still did the 444, right? So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take that 444 and I'm going to quickly just say, hey, throw it down my entire column, because that should be always what I see in this column is that formula, so that I will not have any divide errors ever in this particular spreadsheet in this column. And that'll just look like a rock star at work, right? So there you go. No more errors. Okay, so hopefully that is helpful to you. This is meant to be, help ease you guys into that technology, help make you a little bit more confident with Excel. And if you're interested in more tips on Excel, please keep tuned in to this Facebook Live weekly as we do this. We're not going to do Excel every week. We'll do different programs each week. But if you want some extra tips, tell you what, if you can type in the comments, tech yes. Okay, I'm going to write it out for you. Tech yes. If you type in tech yes for me in the comments, then what I'll do is I'll get back to you and I'm going to send you a tip sheet on Excel. And I've put together a list of the top 25 Excel shortcuts that should be used pretty much on a daily basis regularly. So if you want to copy that, just put tech yes in the comments and I'll send that off to you. All right, so thanks for joining me. Join me again next Thursday at 5 o'clock on Mission Computers page, and we will be doing another tech lesson. And I'm going to start a question and answer Facebook Live on my Facebook group page called Just a Click Away. So if you're already a member of that, great. Just watch for that announcement. I'll tell you what day of the week that's happening. And if you're not a member of Just a Click Away, then please join us in that group where we give all kinds of free tips and lessons and shortcuts. Hey, thanks for watching and have a great evening. Bye-bye.